quarterback from the 49ers. He did not say anything about the soldiers. This is the miseducation that we get. He did not say anything about the soldiers. He said, I will not stand until you treat my people. There's nothing about the soldiers. And the soldiers are the one who actually backing him. Because they fought for the right for him to say that. But when we continue to get this miseducation, and they louder than we are, because they have the mic, they can turn you off when you get ready to say something. And that's what happened. I was listening to a radio show the other night. The young lady said she was speaking about fairness for black people. And the sports person, the radio personality, I mean, he called her ignorant, stupid, and
What was she asking about?
she was asking for fair play for black folks. And her thing was, it's not about Hispanic. It's about me. It's about my people. And the guy just could not understand. He just could not understand. And he bombed her out.
I would say the biggest flaw, though, that you gotta pay attention to, because there are ignorant people out there, and it's thanks mostly to public schools, that they have a bad train of thought. But as you're searching for reparations, or even just mentioning one group separately alone, dumb people are gonna create that as a divide. You see what I'm saying? Like, as you're looking just for fairness, you're gonna get a bunch of young idiots that are now gonna say, oh, now no white people can come here, and they'll make it into a problem. You know what I mean? That happens with every group when they try to, when you talk about anything separately, people automatically assume that you're trying to make a divide. You see what I mean?
Black Lives Matter.
Exactly.
White lives matter.
Right.
But that's,
If I was to say, man, I just want just my house to not have any other kind of people around me, that's racist, right? So if a black person said the same exact thing, that is also racist.
right.
It's just a weird mixed line that's just dumb. You know what I mean?
Well, I totally understand what you're saying. People gonna do that. They're gonna muddy the water when they don't have to.
Right.
And it's the important part that we must educate ourselves. Don't leave this room tonight and go home and turn on the TV and do whatever. Take something from this. I'm not asking you to agree with me. I'm just asking you to educate yourself. Educate your parents, educate your friends. Just educate one person on this topic that you had today. I promise you, it will make a huge difference. You never know where that person may take it the next day.
A better example of what I was trying to say is like this, okay? There's a store. It says black owned, or just anything. It just could say African American across it. White people would actually think that they're not supposed to go in there now.
But you don't think
Just
like-
because
you
it
don't-
says
you don't-
African American.
But you don't think like that when you go to China.
I don't think like that anyway.
Listen,
I'm going in.
but that's what I'm saying.
But
They wouldn't think like that when they go to China, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. Is like, no sooner we say, well, we're not going to stand for the animal. Oh, well, he said this, and he did this, and he did that. But that's because they want to continue to keep that issue confused.
Right.
They want to continue to keep the short term.
So I don't know if I can see, is there a definitive line for an achievement of reparation?
Well, I didn't hear the first part. You said what?
Is there like a definitive line, is there a way to achieve reparation?
Of course.
So what's the is there a
Specific
definitive?
outcomes or?
Yeah, because you can't really say, well, you can, but what all is deserved of what has been put through,
A finite amount.
or
The
what
value.
is the value, or
If you go to, if,
I can send this PowerPoint out
Yes.
to everybody.
yeah, if you back that sheet, back it up. Okay, next slide. Okay, if you go to this, if you ask this person, you go to this website and, ask for the email, email him and ask him for the PowerPoint, for the, actual bill, and say, we have a copy back there, it's about this thick. It's specifics, how long it would be, how long it wouldn't be forever, it would be for so many amount of time that you have to have DNA genetic testing to see how much African, blood you have in you.
Don't leave me out.
Yeah. Well, and it would be by percentage. It's very, I was so, when I say he was the chief architect, he had economists, he had geneticists, he had financiers, he had lawyers, he had all these people working on this thing to bring it together, to ensure, because I was fascinated by it. I was absolutely fascinated by it. He sees this as his mission, that his God-assigned mission to get this, and if it pushes through, and he makes it very clear, this is not, we're not going to increase your taxes, we're not going to increase your taxes. We're going after AIG.
Right.
The companies that profit.
Super
Yeah.
quick comment.
Yeah.
Just saying, because it's just crazy, because just y'all talking about African American stuff, white people automatically assume they can't even be a part of the conversation. That's what I'm saying.
But that's
Most.
But why would you exclude yourself? Why wouldn't you just come in and say, hey, I want you to participate?
Oh, I wanna know.
But you see,
But what I'm saying is basically, I'm suggesting more that you, while you're doing this through the process, you may wanna
Build
let them
allies.
know, like, look, just because we're talking about this, you can still participate. Don't think that we're trying to create a division between us.
Oh,
but you
We're
got-
just looking for
as a
fairness.
prime example, look at our culture today. We just have a new president, 45th, whatever.
Yeah.
45.
45, right? So you look at all the people that's in the streets and all over the world. It's not just in our country. It's different nationalities of people who are having this conversation. And we're having this conversation together because, one, we want something different. We need something different. We don't need for this country to be torn apart, but at the end of the day, that we allow someone to become
Divisive.
that special where they can do things to us as a people, it's not just gonna hurt me. We have been through torture already, so we know what it's like. We know that we're gonna get ours and we're gonna survive.
Right.
But the average person who has not been in these situations can then survive.
Yeah.
And if we don't go together, we're gonna perish together. So the best to work together.
Well, one of the things I think is, that gives me hope about progress for reparations for African Americans is the idea that many people did not think the civil rights movement was going to be successful. And we need to be thankful for the people who didn't know how long it was gonna take
Yeah.
for us to be able to not have to sit at the back of the bus. Or not be able to go into the public libraries, or not be able to go buy homes in other communities outside of poor communities with,
Some of that
poor
stuff,
conditions.
some of that stuff back there is ours, is not to be taken.
The left table, the left
The
table.
left table.
The book table.